Boy, I was we're in the throes of fantasy football playoffs. I was watching the beginning of the San Francisco 49ers LA Rams game this evening, and it was one of those things like I have a player in a different league. Our team got waxed. We can't make the playoffs in our own league.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
Because we're being nice.
We're being nice. It's for you. But like when you need it, you got your receiver going and you're like, all right, hot start. I'm in the playoffs. I need it. I need a good start here. Pouring rain. Pouring rain. But you know what? That's sports, Kevin.
That's sports.
That's sports. And as consistent as the rain fell, BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting.
Yes, from the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen.
With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, NHL, UFC, they got it. Basically everything.
Take that, political props.
Ha! We've moved on from you.
Head to BetOnline today and don't forget the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your welcome bonus on your first deposit.
BetOnline, the game starts here and the rain doesn't stop.
We don't get rain.
Not here.
We're in California.
They did in Santa Clara, California, which isn't close to San Francisco. I don't get it.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin. I'm a dumb dad.
Hey, everybody. My name's Evan. I'm a dumb dad. And on today's episode, Kevin admits that his training regimen for his Olympic athlete daughter could use some backpedaling.
And Evan, on today's episode, doesn't exactly put his best foot forward.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I feel like that has to have been one somewhere before.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, come on.
Bud.
The holiday season.
The holiday season and whoop-dee. Do. No,
Oh, my.
I'm just kidding. I always do that in my head when I hear that song.
This is
It's just because I think it sounds funny.
we are finishing up the 2024 school year.
Yeah, tomorrow.
For us, we're done. I'm sure a lot of people, when this podcast comes out,
you could be in the throes of it, or you're on the cusp of it as well, where they're like, did you have fun when your kids were off for a week at Thanksgiving? Because that was a test.
Not really.
Now it's most of a month. You deal with them during one of the busiest times of the year for everyone. Enjoy. And by the way, how about the last day before they're off for 3 weeks? How about a half day?
Yeah.
As if we're
Get started
racing
on the vacation.
to 3 weeks
Get
off.
started on that destination vacation that you're going on for 3 weeks. Oh, wait, we're just home.
Oh, wait, we're just
The
home and freaking out about it.
Time. I got to get an oil change.
That's not happening anytime soon for you.
Yes, it is.
You got a coupon?
That's going to take up one day. The kids are coming. Kids are coming with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are.
I love the guy. It's great. I used to bring my son all the time before he was in school, and it was great because I love my mechanic, but he takes such a long time.
Great. That's good news for you.
It's great news for me.
Yeah,
I
take your time, my guy.
Drop him off. We walk to a playground, play for a while, get a phone call. This is broken. Do I need to fix it? Not right now. Great.
Yeah.
Let's
Either
see.
way, it's going to be $5,000.
Yeah.
Yep. What's my car worth?
TN45.
5.1 thousand. Oh, great.
Yeah. Not totaled yet.
Not totally yet. Maybe you could drop something on something.
But I had that.
Total it.
But I had that thought of like, oh, well, that's one of the 21 days off. Got one.
Got one.
I think it's Christmas. We got that one.
Yeah. Oh, so that's 2.
I just got to figure out 19 more.
That's 2. And then weekends are basically free days. There's 2 of those. So that's 4 more days. So you're a quarter of the way. It's you're a quarter of the way to Christmas already if you think about it.
Yeah. I'm pretty much. I'm doing
Coasting.
Coasting.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's going to be. I mean, we'll do this every year until the end of time.
Your kids are going into camp, though.
We got
it pretty good, though.
We planned it well. And I'll say this. We got lucky because it's through my wife's work that we got a camp situation going for the first week. Because here's the thing, like,
Are you doing the second week too?
No.
Oh.
Just the first week. Because it was like, you know, you work for a big company and it's like, check out our list of affiliates and discounts and things you can do.
Amenities.
And it was like, wait a minute, there's a camp situation? What is this camp situation? So yeah, and it's like a straight up field trip camp. They just like take the kids to like 2 different places every day. So we're very lucky in the first week.
Yeah, you only have 2 weeks off.
Yeah. I only have to, yeah.
Nobody wants to hear.
I'm available to you. I'm not. Hey, I'm not. I'm saying. I'm saying. We had to figure it out. The drop off isn't very close. I will say that, but you know, it is what it is. We do have a situation going for the first week. Very fortunate to have that discounted rate into camp through my wife's work. Very happy about that. It's still 3 weeks. I don't know. It's still gonna hit. Doesn't really matter how. It's gonna hit.
You got 2 weeks, so that's pretty nice. Yeah. My drop off is a lot closer. It's the living room.
Yeah, because there's a thing like too. We're still ramping up to. We don't have like we don't cool off yet.
What does that mean
for the dumb dads? We still got some stuff going on here, probably for the next week and a half or so before we can kind of chill out a little bit.
Yeah,
and not overwhelm ourselves with activity and posting, etc. But
everyone does. We've talked about it. Everybody's jobs continue.
I know, but like. As it gets closer to the holiday, everybody's job it just gets a little more relaxed, a little bit more relaxed. So that's kind of why we thought like since we do have this situation, let's do the first week. The first week's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
because they're still going to be like ramped up. There's not going to be a lot to do. Everyone's still working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to the parents who are just like, I have to send my kids somewhere. Can't be here. I have to go to work.
Yeah.
Huh. But here we are. And here's the thing. In the holiday season, I'm going to jump into this, just what I thought is a funny story.
Okay.
Last night we got invited to a holiday party.
Yeah.
Through like Parapop. It's like an ad agency that we have kind of worked with a couple times, like doing an ad for. They're very nice. They're gracious enough to invite us to their holiday party last night.
Yes.
And we got the invitation. It was like, hey, it's just the 2 of you. You can't bring anybody or whatever. We're just for, basically clientele, that kind of thing. We're like, okay, cool. It says semi-formal. Mm-hmm. So it was like, all right, well, basically that means like, it's not a tux, but come correct.
Yes.
That kind of thing, which is fine. And it was down in like West Hollywood.
It was in West Hollywood.
Rooftop party is what it said.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking, okay, I know we don't live in Buffalo, New York, but it's going to be like 50.
And on a roof, you're higher up.
And on a roof, you're way up there. It's probably going to be windy.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm thinking like, I'm really excited. Should be fun. I don't really know what to expect. We'll have a good time. But if we got to wear a suit, I know I'm going to be very cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, just, soup to nuts. I'm going to be cold. I don't know what to do. And I found like these, I had stashed from like 2 winters ago traveling north, like some long underwear, thinner stuff, not like thick waffle stuff, but thinner, long sleeve top, full like pant, long underwear set. And I was like, I'm going to wear this under my suit. I'll be toasty up there and I won't have to worry about it too much. And we get there last night, and what was it?
It was covered.
Covered up, enclosed.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, but it didn't say that.
It didn't say that. No, you were right to do that.
But when we got there last night and we walk in, it was like, okay. Yeah, windows all around.
You were warm.
Completely enclosed, tented up, basically.
Yeah.
And the windows are great because you get the view, but it was, yeah. And I was warm. And then I thought, man, if they start packing bodies in here and you start seeing like the condensation on the inside of the windows, I'm in trouble.
It's condensation.
I did well. It was fine. But I remember telling you last night, because I knew you were going to get a kick out of it, that I was like, if I have to go into the stall and ditch this stuff, I will. I can't be like a sweaty mess.
I would have to leave if you went to the bathroom to remove your long underwear and throw it away. Because the way you would walk out of the bathroom would be upsetting.
Well, because you don't really want to leave.
You'd walk with more of a swagger.
I know, but that's not like a great way to leave a bathroom trip. Which is like, boy, that guy just took a load off. You know what I'm saying?
Well, especially because if you did that and then tossed your long underwear, just so people know, the bathroom had an attendant.
It did have an attendant. Yeah, I wouldn't have known what to do if I had gone in there thinking like because here's the thing. It would have been a last minute like, bro, I'm going to get sweat stains on my suit. I got to get out of this stuff.
Yeah.
It would have been really been a last ditch effort. But I would have gone into the bathroom thinking like, I got to ditch this stuff. And there's an attendant there. Like, now what do you do?
Yeah.
Now what do you do? I think you put it in the top of the toilet tank.
Well, if it has one, some of them don't have tanks.
That's true.
Or you just walk past them very stoically, put the underwear, like really push down so you hit the bottom of the garbage barrel with your hand and then let go of it. Then you take out a 20, put it in his tip jar, and you go, we never speak of this again.
Yeah. Slip it right into his jacket pocket, like where his, right into the breast pocket of his jacket. I was never here.
Yeah.
You understand?
And then he just goes, oh. And he's just terrified. He's terrified for those
you touched that 20 after you took that stuff off.
But he's terrified for those 4 steps between where he was and inside that bathroom to see what kind of damage. He doesn't know it's a sweat situation. He just thinks you just try to sneak one out and it went sideways.
So I have to pay him to be hush money.
Yeah. Yeah, pay him hush money.
Yeah, so it was all fine. I felt warm. I was very comfortable.
That just goes to show.
But I never got to where I thought I'm in trouble. I never got to that point. But man, I was worried it was going to be like that.
Yeah, it just goes to show the two different dads that you and I are, because you're the dad who's like, well, it's going to be cold. You got to dress appropriately. You got to make sure that we're comfy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I grew up in Massachusetts. I know cold. I know how to dress for the cold, but I'm still just like, I'll just wear the suit and be upset.
That's what you said. You were like, well, I just figured I would tough it out.
Yeah. I'll just deal with it and that'll be it.
The thing is, I've been in that situation before where you kind of have a decision to either, do I bring the extra? Nah. It's not going to be that bad. And then it's bad. And you're like, stupid idiot. Why don't you just pack the extra? Put it in the car. Just put it in the car. No one even knows you brought it. And then if it's an emergency, go get it.
It just goes to show we're not invited to a lot of rooftop parties because...
I know.
Because it's so obvious that it was enclosed.
Yes.
Because the last thing they want is like a bunch of people in big jackets.
I know. Exactly. Right.
Near the cone of fire.
Yeah, I know. I told my wife, I was like, well, I'll just find a heater or something. No, you idiot. And then they want, semi-formal. So you want women in gowns.
The puffy jackets.
If you want them in gowns, it's not going to be a rooftop party when it's 50 out and wind gusting.
Yeah.
No,
it was enclosed.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You dummy.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Better behave next time.
Yeah. When's those chicken sandwiches going to make another round?
Yeah. They had poke bites. They were amazing.
They were very good.
That I would have bring the bowl before you.
I just thought that was so funny because it was it was one of those things where you overthink everything about it, and then you walk in and you're like, oh, right, you stupid idiot.
Right, they thought of that.
They didn't invite us to a rooftop party to freeze our ass off.
Yeah, in the morning we're going to do the Polar Bear Club too and jump in the lake.
Yeah.
What are we doing? It's not that kind of thing.
Because this party's not going to stop.
Speaking of dumb.
Good times.
Let's move on to dumb dad moments.
Yeah, let's do it.
My dumb dad moment is brought to you by just wanting to have fun.
Hey, it's an innocent ask. Can't
just
we all
want to have fun?
Can't we all just have a little bit, especially this time of year?
So this past weekend, my neighbor texted me, on, I'm guessing it doesn't matter. It was that night before, whether it was Friday or Saturday.
Sure.
And he was like, hey, are you guys going to do Ciclavia tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I forgot Ciclavia tomorrow. Those who don't know.
Take an elevator picture of what this is because the name does not describe it in any way.
Cycle Vehicle LA.
Yeah. It's the worst name.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So Ciclavia, it takes place in several locations throughout Los Angeles.
And it's once a month?
Maybe. It might be once every 3 months.
That?
Yeah. Maybe once every 3 months.
Sure.
But it is, this particular one was in the valley where we are. And, there's ones in Hollywood and downtown and all that. So they block off about 5 miles, a little bit more than 5 miles of road, just a straight shot. And it's just a celebration of, clean air and bicycles and all that stuff. It's just like, if you have bikes, unicycles, tricycles, whatever, you want to walk it, which I hate, but come on. It's just not for you. Go to Runyon Canyon, go to Fryman, go to Griffith Park. I'm not interested in you being here. Like, I don't need to swerve around you. There's also sidewalks. They are always available. Get out of here.
Dad take coming in hot right now.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, just lean into it.
So
just lean into it.
So it's just blocked off and just to ride bikes. I've done it with our kids once before. Mm-hmm. Maybe. No, we've done it a couple times. And I think once my son wasn't born yet, so we had my daughter in the back. And then once with our daughter on her bicycle. So this would have been the second time where she's on the bicycle. My son still hasn't really learned to ride a bike yet, so I was just like, we'll just toss him in the back, like not have to worry about it. I still have the bike seat. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, let's do it. We'll be there. I was like, we're good. So packed everybody up. I made a scavenger hunt for my son so he wouldn't get bored. I was like, you got to find these things at Ciclavia.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And it's cool because he can read now. So he was just kind of like, every once in a while he was like, what is this one? I was like, it's a unicycle. That's fair. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
a wild.
If anybody's using that word regularly around you, get out of there.
Get out of there.
Trust
you don't. You don't need to have anything to do with unicycles.
It was funny, though, because I did a red bicycle. I did a dog, like unicycle, and I did a bunch of other things. And it was funny because we met up with our friends right in front of our school, and they had their dog, and she had a red bicycle. And I was like, uh-oh. This list is chopping down fast.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, I already got two. And I was like,
did you put a cloud or the sun? How about that? The road?
I did put Santa Claus because I thought somebody would be dressed up.
Yeah.
And he went his own way with that. He was like, all right. I was like, yeah, we just got to find Santa Claus and unicycle and maybe one other thing. He's like, no, I got Santa Claus a while back. I was like, where? He's like, one of the inflatables on the lawn. And I was like, all right. That's fair.
Dad, I have had most of this checked off from the parking lot to the entrance.
He got all but two of them checked off almost immediately, but then it was fine because then he had to find a unicycle and I don't know, something else. Anyway.
An Unny Kai Clay.
I was like, is that a dinosaur?
Yeah. No, it's not. He would know.
He would know.
He would know.
So we rode for so long. We almost did the full length, and then we were like, all right, we gotta turn back. I got a free tree out of it. You don't think that's gonna happen? They were just giving out trees, and they said, "You want one?" And I went, "Yeah, I'll have one." And they were like, "Great, come pick it up before 3."
This event just sounds like unhinged.
It's actually really wonderful. They give out free kids helmets. They were like giving out a bunch of free stuff. It was cool.
Yeah.
It is a cool event. And yeah, they just want you they want to plant more trees in LA. So
yeah,
they're just like, do you want a free?
No, I just think it's funny, like the whirlwind you've already gone on in the story.
Yeah. So we were having a good time. Daughter was doing pretty good. You had to be like, all right, relax, slow down a little bit. Don't swerve so much. She was doing, she was being a kid. It was fine. And then my son was starting to get bored. And then it was just like, there's nothing we can do but go back. So you can whine, but this
is like the walk you go on that's like, we've bitten off more than we can chew going halfway because that means we have to do it again.
Yeah, they whine before you turn around.
You are in trouble.
Which happened. And it was fine. My daughter didn't. My son did. And, on the way back, boom, unicycle right at the end. It was nice. And it was a big unicycle, too. It was one of those huge ones. He was like 10 feet in the air. And I was like, perfect. Perfect way to see a unicycle. But overall, just a fun experience.
Yeah.
And it was great. The dumb dad moment of it all was that knowing I did all this, and the reason we couldn't go the exact full length, we did go about 10 miles because I turned it on my watch. I was like, I'm curious how much we're going to go.
And a lot of swerving.
Good amount of swerving.
Yeah.
We did do 10 miles, but the reason it's a dumb dad moment is because we had to leave our friends and stuff like, all right, we're good. We're good. They're like, our kids are cooked too. We're going to leave too. And I was like, right. But we have to leave because my daughter has a swim meet in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it was just like, all right, let's bike back home. So we bike back home. That was the 10 miles. And then was like, all right, get in a car, and now you have to swim as fast as you can after biking for 10.
Oh, because you wore her out?
Yes.
Oh.
She did not perform her best. She did good. She did well, but it was
That's
just
funny.
like,
I mean, like kids, talk about like plug a phone in, plug a brand new phone into a new charger and get like 90% after 10 minutes. She's still in that wheelhouse, I think. You know, it's like your kid sleeps.
For
your
sure.
kid falls asleep in the car for 5 minutes, and it's like, oh.
Yes.
Not only are we not doing nap, but they're up until 10 now.
Yes.
How did that happen? How does your batteries just zip to overcharged?
I did that recently. My daughter's had theater class, and it's from 5 to 6.
Yeah.
And I drove her there. I brought him too, and I usually bring him to the playground. And we play, and like they have like lights and stuff. And he fell asleep on the way there, and I risked it all. I was just like, this is nice. I just stayed in the car for like 45 minutes. He slept till like 5:45. And then I was like, welcome back. That was great for me. We'll see if we pay that. But he didn't. He did go to bed on time.
He went to bed on time.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a good sleeper.
Then he was wrecked.
But I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, that kid. I've seen that kid. That kid appreciates sleep, likes it, loves it, will do it.
As you should.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a kid.
He's a kid, but sleep's great.
He's a little kid.
Sleep's great.
It is.
He can.
But he doesn't even know that.
So here's my thing. Kids
don't know that.
He does know that, and that's what's great. Because guess what, kids? You can have it all.
They do.
You can have it all.
No,
you
they
can
do.
go
They have all of
to.
it.
You can go to a fun playground. You can go to Chuck E. Cheese, Sky Zone, whatever, and then you can sleep in your bed. And guess what? Every time you wake up, I wish you had slept longer. Except on school
Every
days.
time.
Then it's like wake the.
Then get out of your bed. Kids have it all. They don't know it. The
No.
youth have everything, and they don't know it. That's one of the. Ha
So here's the thing. You are right. Charge battery. She was fine. She only had to do one event, but it was funny. It was like second she flew off the blocks, and I was like, oh, nice. Like,
So you think she was gassed? Really?
I think she gassed very fast. I think her legs were just like.
Yeah, she's new. She doesn't know how to pace herself. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, if you do 10 miles on a bicycle, it was just funny. It was just like, oh, this wasn't fair to you. She gassed out.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does when she's starting swim, because the last thing I want is her to be like, oh, this isn't fun. I was like, because it's like.
Because she didn't win?
Huh? She just gets smoked and she doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah, you want to make sure the whole thing is fun.
That's
No,
what I'm
no,
saying. Yeah, but
not
that's what I'm
winning.
saying. Like, you also wouldn't have taken away such a fun day at Ciclavia. You know what I mean? To like rest your athlete.
No, but
Well,
I
she's
think
like,
I think
man,
doing
I
the
did-
full 10 was a wild choice. Every
Oh,
kid
sure.
was pretty.
But like
gassed.
all she knows is like, man, we went to Ciclavia and went bicycles, and then I had a swim meet today. Today was awesome.
For sure.
You know.
For sure. I'm just saying she's trying to build up her times and stuff. We definitely didn't break any records, is my point. Didn't beat her own time.
Your
Didn't
your
beat her own
start in
time.
raising an Olympic athlete so far is a rough start. I gotta
Well,
say.
it's a good start for a triathlon.
Although you talk to people walking, so like, if you're not gonna sprint, get out of my way.
Correct.
I don't want to see it.
Correct.
I don't want to see 2 feet touching the ground at the same time.
It's weird. It's weird. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Hey, speaking of minding your feet and where they go, my dumb dad moment this week is brought to you by
This better not be about your
hurrying, not paying attention to what you're doing because you're doing too many things at once.
feet. Okay.
So, I had an audition this week where you have to send your tape in. It's called a self tape. So
Yes.
rather than going somewhere and auditioning in a room, you just record yourself doing it. And then, but this week I had a callback where I had to do it live, like on the computer. So I had to like log on and like they greet you into basically like a Zoom, FaceTime kind of situation, and then you do it for them live, even though you're in your bedroom or wherever you are, and you're trying to nail it under this digital world. But the audition was like you're supposed to be sitting down, and so I didn't really know. Well, I don't really want to sign on sitting down. That's not a great look. Like you're just so casual, relaxed. But it's on my computer, so I was like, okay, well, I got my curtain set up for a blank background.
Yeah.
And so I put two things. I can put my laptop on. One, when I'm standing and I answer the call, and then when we're going to go in and do the thing. But what that meant was I was doing it in my bedroom. Has nice light in there. But so that meant like, well, I can't put my computer on anything tall. So I had like a bunch of cardboard boxes stacked on my bed. And it was like one, stand to put my to put my computer on.
Yep.
And then another one for like, so basically I was like marching around the house for an hour before trying to like gather the stuff that would like, create the right height, that kind of thing. And it's one of those things where, and this is kind of how, when you audition for things sometimes it's like a lot of preparation and then it's like, well, okay, go ahead. And then thanks for coming in. It's like, it was like 90 seconds is how long I was in total even in the quote unquote room with these people.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I'm just going to wait a few minutes in case anybody needs to call back or anything.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. Let's break it all down. And so I'm like hurrying to put everything back where it was so I can continue on with the rest of my day.
Yeah.
And I grabbed this, one of these boxes was like these sheets that my wife and I ordered that we determined not the right color. We're going to need to return them. So, but they're in this big cardboard box. And that was like one of the base boxes. And it was one of the last ones. It was on the bed, and I grab it. When you grab a box lengthwise and your arms are way out in front of you, your fingertips are kind of curling around the end of it.
Uh-huh.
That's how I'm walking, so I don't really see where I'm going. I'm hurrying down the hallway, and the corner of the box catches like the edge of a door. And like when that kind of thing happens, and it throws like like my arms are at length, right? So there's no cushion.
Yeah.
Like box into corner. Box into my chest, momentum completely moved. Like it just wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing. And I had to catch myself. So I took a huge step to the right. And in doing that, and I was wearing like house slippers basically. Yeah. In doing that, I took like this huge step to not fall over, but I kicked like with full intention as if it was on purpose. I kicked like a doorstop. We have like this metal brass doorstop.
Oh.
I kicked it, but it was already against a door. So there was just no give.
Yeah.
The give was in my big toe.
Oh.
And you do this thing where it's like, I've now injured myself in the dumbest way.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding this box.
Did you fall?
No, but I just stood there and did that thing. Yeah, it's like a thump, and you just feel it. You like hear it. It's bass. It's bass because it's just mass immovable object kind of situation. Yeah. And so I'm standing in the hallway by myself, and I just kind of do that dad thing where rather than when you're younger, you yell a bunch of obscenities and hop around and make a show of it. I just stood there and like exhaled. Where you just think like, this was your fault, and now you're dealing with this. This is going to be a thing now for you to be walking around.
Do you have a little bit of a limp now?
Oh, dude. Not a limp too bad, but for 2 days, I mean, my parts of my toe are like bruised. My toe.
Gross.
Not even at the tip.
Yeah.
Like back near near the foot.
So
jammed the whole thing.
So you might have broke it.
Well, I could move it. So I knew, I was like, well, I don't think I broke it.
You can still move stuff if you move it. You can still move stuff if you broke it.
I kind of doubt I broke it. It's very sore. And I mean, it was like bleeding near the nail, like the whole thing, where it's just like, stupid idiot. Just take a second.
Do you know what the worst part is too? You own from the Jump Dads a collapsible phone stand. You could have just done the Zoom on your phone and collapsed it down from standing to sitting height.
You're not wrong, and I had considered that. But sometimes when you're in this room, you don't know how many people are going to be in the room with you.
Sure.
And on a phone, you don't necessarily always get to see everyone that's talking.
Oh, I guess I don't care.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, to me, it was, I just kind of thought, well, Zoom, I don't know. I've taken like one Zoom call on my phone and the rest of them on my laptop, and I just don't ever feel like doing it on my phone. And like, you do it on your phone, you're like, okay, how do I swipe to see people? I can't change my background, or can I? I need to, or I don't need to. Why can't I change my name? You know, like, it's so much, it's on a bigger screen, it's easier to do it. Man, what an old man moment. I'm going down I'm going down him.
Can barely see the screen. You're like, how do I change my name? And
I know how it comes off how I'm saying it. But that's also when you enter a room like that to try to book a job, that's not the moment to be looking like you don't know what you're doing, or you're trying to fumble with something, or it says the dumb dads instead of my name because the last time we were on a call, I changed it, and they're like, sorry, can you,
sure.
You don't want to be messing with that kind of stuff. So
I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, setting up everything wasn't that big of a deal. It was just kind of funny, like how I was like, well, maybe I should make a two-tiered situation for myself. But the box, man, I was laughing, showing my wife, like, the box from me just smashing it into the corner of the house, of the hallway. Looks like if it got shipped to you like that, you'd be like, what happened? In the truck.
Now you know it doesn't take much. Now you know it just doesn't take much.
It looks like he was going to, the truck driver was going to back down a hill and use the box to stop the truck. That's what it looked like. Yeah. They're like, well, this is yours now. Don't worry, there's just sheets in here you don't want.
Oh, man.
So I was just like, dude. So anyway, last night, thinking it's going to be cold. Now I'm putting on dress shoes.
Doesn't feel great.
Doesn't feel great.
Doesn't feel great. Well, let's...
Just watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Take your time.
No, there's too much to do.
That's
not how parenting works. No one has time to take their time.
No one has time.
Not a thing.
Rush through it. Close your eyes.
Rush through it. Let's rush through reading user submissions. Guys, if you guys have your dumb parent moments, write them into us. You can email us, dumbdadpod@gmail.com, or you can DM us. We're at the Dumb Dads on Instagram, or you can write one in. You can handwrite a letter like this gentleman did.
Oh, my God. I thought we got another one.
No, we did get another one.
Really?
That's what this is.
This is number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Someone hand wrote a
letter. I was
letter.
wondering. I was like, man, bro, where's your computer? You get
I memorized it. It was so good.
Oh, man. I just got so excited. Number 2.
Number 2. Cheers, it says on it.
Oh,
Cheers.
look at that. Hey, look at hey, wow, look at that.
Oh, wow, look at that. There he is. There's Evan.
Are you a senior?
All right, so this is from Blake.
Thank you, Blake.
So much about this I like. He did it on dotted paper. Not that means anything, but he numbered.
You know what it does mean? Straight lines.
And straight lines, and he numbered the pages himself, which I really appreciate.
Can I see it really quick?
Yeah.
I all caps.
All
I like
caps.
that. Love the all caps. Nice handwriting.
All caps. It's a dad move.
Oh, I'm really excited.
When I do letters from 90s dad and parenting through time, it's always all caps.
All caps. My grandfather wrote like that, and I always thought it was cool. So since I was a kid, I like writing in all caps.
Do you still write in all caps?
A lot of time, yeah.
Yeah. My dad writes in all caps. I don't. I write illegibly. I couldn't do this. I couldn't write this.
Doesn't matter if it's all caps or not if you can't read it.
I never got the hand strength for it. Just a lot of shaking my hand after 5 lines. A lot of, oh my God.
Don't hold the thing so tight.
How do people do this?
Nah, because you're holding it too tight.
How does ink come out if you don't squeeze it?
That's a great answer.
Blake, thanks for writing in, pal. He writes, hey there, dummies. Look, a handwritten letter. Maybe the first, maybe not. Either way, this was a joy to send. Thank you both for the many hours of content that has been such a blessing to my life and for normalizing our foolish happenings as parents. Y'all are the best. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Blake.
And you're almost the first, but you're the second. We appreciate it.
His first domestic letter. Is it the first domestic letter?
Yes, he is. Yes.
There we go. Yeah,
Tennessee.
We'll find a way to make it the first of something.
You're the first American.
Yeah, first American from Nashville, Tennessee. We were there.
Not Nashville. My dumb dad moment is brought to you by sodium polyacrylate. Acrylate.
Yeah.
What is sodium polyacrylate? You ask? Well, When my son was still in diapers, we, as most parents do, carried a diaper bag full of every possible thing a mom and dad might need while out and about. This bag traveled with us everywhere and regularly saw the floors of restaurants, bathrooms, stalls, shopping carts, and God knows what else.
Oh, man.
Isn't that funny?
That's so gross.
That's so true.
I know.
You hear it and you go,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would pretty
Gross.
much. Yeah, the only one.
I think I always try to find a way to hang the diaper bag in the bathrooms, so it wouldn't find the floor.
If I can avoid it, I'm not putting the soles of my shoes on the stall of a bathroom public floor.
What do you do?
I'm just saying, if I can avoid it, I would.
Oh, but you can't because
I certainly wouldn't put a bag that I
your
carry
GI
on
tract
my
is a mess. So you're a frequent flyer, my friend. Every possible germ that could have been on one bag, I'm certain was on this one. One day I decided...
Patient zero is what the bag is.
Petri dish. Our good and faithful soldier of a bag had seen enough action and it was time to be washed. As I methodically removed each item from the bag to ensure no article was left behind and to guarantee all baby accoutrements could be returned to this 18-pocket beast, I made my tragic error. You see, our bag has 19 pockets.
Dun,
Dun,
dun, dun, dun.
Stay tuned next week, guys. We'll finish this letter.
We'll never do that to you.
No, let's keep going. My dumb dad moment was forgetting to take the damn diapers out of the bag. All 5 of them. As the bag tumbled around in our front load washing machine and the tiny particles of sodium polyacrylate in all 5 diapers absorbed what I'm sure was gallons of water, they could take no more. A couple of them exploded, and the 3 others were the size and weight of cantaloupes. My wife asked why the washing machine was making very loud thumping noises, and I quickly told her of my good deed. As I went to remove our good-as-new diaper bag, my dumb dad moment was on full display. Oh. Extracting the gelatinous mass from the diaper bag and cleaning out the what had to have been trillions of tiny sodium acrylate particles from the washing machine took, cue the Sandlot, forever. My name is Blake, and I'm a dumb dad. Cheers, dummies. Great to meet both of you at the live show in Nashville.
There you go. That is...
all the best, Blake. Thank you, Blake.
Amazing. Thank you, Blake. I know we've both had that mishap to a certain extent in the washing machine with like the kids' clothes, baby's clothes.
Popping the diaper?
Yeah. We forget, like somehow a diaper makes it in there. You don't realize it. 5 diapers...
At least he
is a lot.
At least he 5 diapers is you throw the washer machine away.
That was my next question was going to be when you were reading that was how far into opening the washing machine, realizing probably what had happened, and then considering what it might take to clean it up. Are you thinking like how long into that are you thinking like, or I just get a new washing machine and not?
It's so upsetting.
Not deal with that at all.
Do you know what, though? Blake, terrible, total dumb dad moment. But at least you knew. I feel like the time that we've had a diaper in there, it wasn't a dirty diaper, because that would be weird. But, like, you are just like, what? You know what I mean? Like, when a diaper gets in there, I feel like you're more confused than anything else.
Well, yeah, because what science... that's going on inside of a diaper that allows it to absorb that much, and then it's opened and allowed to, like...
looks like the inside of a tauntaun.
Yeah, I mean, like,
just little beads.
Spawn or Venom comes to mind, which absorbs everything around it and becomes bigger and more massive and more, just insane. Here's the other thing I have, though. Here's the thing that I did get a little lost. 18 pockets. Strike that 19 pockets. When he said 19 pockets, I'm thinking like, oh, what did he forget? Like a little tube of something in a small pocket? Like,
do you know
to miss a pocket that had 5 diapers in it is kind of wild.
That is kind of wild. You know what I was worried it was? I was worried that he had like a trash pocket for like if you're nowhere near a trash can, you got to put a dirty diaper somewhere. I was like, oh no.
That's the wet bag though. You have one of those?
I mean, we just had like a Target bag in our diaper bag. That's all we did. Why? What'd you do?
Like my diaper bag came with like a wet bag. That's like meant to put dirty diapers in, and then it's like drawstring top, seal it tight.
No.
And like, similar to like a wet bag you take to the beach or something like that, and you throw all your swimsuits in when you're done or whatever. Like a wet dry bag, and like, keeps everything in there totally contained. No. They came with like anyway, both of ours came with one of those. You probably threw yours away.
No, we didn't have that. Didn't have that. We just used a Target bag. Yeah. Works the same.
Yeah. Sort of, yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But also just
find tie that knot at the top, and it still can't tip it over if it's got liquid in there.
Well, how much damage is this diaper going to do?
I don't know.
That's what the beads are for.
You don't want to find out. That's the thing.
Well,
you don't want to find out what kind of diaper damage that can be done.
No. Get rid of the bag as soon as possible. Always.
Don't wash diapers.
Don't wash diapers. Don't wash diapers. Well, that's a good place to leave it.
Don't wash one-use only diapers.
Yeah.
I tried washing the multiple-use diapers, and it was like, I can't. I'm not that kind of a person.
Yeah, good for you. You can try it. I've already heard
tried it.
I've already heard the plant's dying, so.
I tried it. Tried it. Was like, I can't do this.
No. No, thank you.
I tried it.
It's good. I'm glad
tried anything once. Can't do it.
We consider trying it.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
It's a great place to leave it.
We're all doing dumb things, but we're getting through it.
We're getting through it. Let's get through it together. You guys are all doing great. Please write a review.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Thanks to Verdú on SoundCloud for the music of this podcast. Thanks as always to my lovely wife Annie for editing this podcast. You got a joke?
I got a joke for you.
Okay.
It's kind of, it's not really in any sort of subject. I just think it's kind of funny.
Okay.
What do you call a sheep who can sing and dance?
A sheep that can sing and dance?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. A sheep that can sing and dance?
Yep.
Lady Baba.
Okay.
I considered doing the voice too.
No.
But it's just.
That wasn't the issue with the joke.
Not her, like the.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Kind of a mix.
It's not gonna.
Oh, God, you didn't even commit a little bit. That was awful. Okay, we're leaving. Okay, bye. Welcome to the world, little one. Welcome to life.
How do I stop this?
The Dumb Dad Podcast is proudly presented by Bet Online.